Hello my friends, this is Brian the Speaker for the Dead coming to you today with another video. This is one I promised actually a few days ago and then got lost in some other topics that had come up, so I apologize, this is a little late. But for those of you who did see the 1 minute YouTube video I put out last weekend, I went and saw Free Guy with my daughters last week. It's the first movie I have gone to in a theater since the plague of ages came upon us. And you know, the new Black Death, as the government seems to think that it is. So, I mean, our local theater finally opened up, the big one. And so I was like, cool! I have been waiting for Free Guy to come out for literally over a year because it got pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, just like all the others. And I remember doing a response video to the trailer for Free Guy. It's that funny. It's Ryan Reynolds and some other chick and some other people and some other people. So you know who I went to see it for? Ryan Reynolds. No, I'm not. I don't have the gay, so just calm down. I just love Ryan Reynolds. He is hilarious. I love him in Deadpool. I loved him in The Proposal. I mean, anything he's in, he makes me laugh. So he's just really quick-witted and fun. I liked him in the X-Men movies, you know, where he played that horrible version of Deadpool. Anyway, I like Ryan Reynolds, and I think he's great. And this was a movie that seemed tailor-made for him. Anyway, there's not. I'm going to try and not spoil anything major, but I am going to have mild spoilers of some things that happen in the film. I'll try not to get into too much detail. But basically, what it is he plays an NPC inside a computer game. And you can get that from the trailers. And you know, so his life is basically being exploited by players. Punched in the face. He plays a bank teller who's constantly getting robbed and shot at and hit by cars. All these things keep happening to him, and it's just part of his day. You know, so it's like, oh well, it's Tuesday. I just got hit by a heist in progress. You know, anyway, so and his reactions to it are just, man, they're just funny, just hilarious how he plays it off. You know, and he's just got that happy-go-lucky kind of thing about him and most of the characters he plays. And with him, I don't mind it. A lot of actors play themselves in every role, and I hate that, and it's annoying. When Ryan Reynolds does it, I actually love it because he's got such a funny and cool personality in real life. I don't mind when he's that way in his own films. But I mean, he does act, and he does some really heart-touching moments in this, and it doesn't turn him into a complete, total joke like he does most of the time, like in Deadpool, some of the other, you know, in Deadpool 2, where he takes like 45 minutes to die. He doesn't do that in this. It was just a kind of a fun romp film. And I miss those. I really do miss those. Now, there are at least 2 examples of wokeness that show up in this film, but it was like, it was done so poorly, and it is so idiotic in how it was brought out that I'm just like, well, I mean, it didn't make sense for one, and 2, it was just like, I think you made, it's almost like he was showing how ridiculous all of this woke stuff is by being so blatantly over the top about it. So this is one of the mild spoilers I'll tell you about. It's not major to the plot or anything like that. But if you haven't seen it, you might want to skip ahead a couple of seconds. So there's a point in this film where the programmer, one of the programmer guys who's trying to figure out what's going on in the game with Guy, which is Ryan Reynolds' character in the game, and then this, I guess he's an Indian, POC, person of color. I don't know what exactly he is, but he's someone of color. I don't know what nationality or whatever he is. That's kind of works with this guy in a team, and they're in the break room talking about their lives a little bit. And he's like, so is it true that this one white kid, God forbid, it was a graduate of MIT, started his own gaming company, produced a game with this other gal, and then this company that he now works for bought that game with the idea that it would be produced. It never is, and he ends up working for this guy that basically stole his game and then never released it, but he's just trying to, make the best of a bad situation. Anyway, they're in this break room, and this guy asks him about, he's like, you're supposed to be super smart. Why aren't you higher up? Why are you in the service division instead of up in programming and blah, blah, blah? And he's just like, well, I put myself through MIT. We did all this stuff. Goes through that story, tells him, and this Indian guy or whoever he is goes, yeah, don't trouble me with your white privilege stuff, and walks out of the room. And I'm just sitting there going, what? I'm like, so this guy, this kid, the white kid, put himself through MIT, is super smart, created his own game, did all of this stuff on his own, and gets called out for white privilege because he worked for it. Because he did all the work himself. He put himself through the university and used his intelligence and did what he wanted to do, and then things went wrong for him because he sold out to the wrong person and stuff. And so this kid, this black kid, Indian kid, whatever he is, I think he's an Indian, not American Indian, but Indian. Just basically shits on his troubles because he's white. So none of his struggles mean anything because they're white. And that was the one moment in the film I'm just like, that is the most asinine. I mean, seriously, it was such a sour grapes moment that the Indian guy who says the white privilege stuff totally looks like an asshat. Totally looks like an asshat. And he leaves this white kid standing there just feeling bad. He's like his problems, what happened to him doesn't matter, and it's like, well then why, and it leaves you with the question, what the hell did you ask him for if you're just going to be a dick about the answer? You asked him. Anyway, so it's just, that was a moment in the film I'm less like, you could have just, that would have been a better thing to just leave on the editing floor, because it was, I mean, in my opinion, I think how it was done in such a bad way that I'm like, yes, that actually makes it look how ridiculous saying something idiotic like that actually is in real life. You say that somebody else's pain and their struggles and all the effort and everything they put in doesn't matter because of the color of their skin. That's racism. And it doesn't matter who's doing it, white, black, Asian, Caucasian, whatever. It's racism, and it's not okay. So, like I said, it was there, but it was done in such a way as I'm like, I'm not sure that worked out the way you thought it was going to. And there's a couple of other little things in there. This idea of building a utopia and stuff like that. But it does kind of address a little bit the concept of violent gaming. Could it cause problems? What are it addresses concerns that people have about video games. Now, if you're a video gamer, don't take this and go, well, Brian totally agrees. There's nothing to prove. There have been studies to prove the violent. Okay, I know all the arguments. Okay, I got it. I'm not saying that they should ban violent video games. I'm just saying a steady diet of continual violence isn't good, no matter what kind of violence it is, whether it's some little kid getting beat up by their father or their mother or being abused, it's just violence in your life is not really a good thing. No, it's not. So anyway, but this movie, it was fun. It was fun. It was over the top at moments. There was some corny moments, but there was some really great moments that I wasn't expecting, some stuff that comes into this and gets used, and I was sitting there the whole time going, wait, maybe it's a good thing that 20th Century got bought out by Disney, because if they hadn't, they'd have never been able to use that. And it's Ryan Reynolds' ability to just pluck things out of popular culture and have fun with it. And that's what I really kind of enjoyed about it. Some of the stuff that's in the trailer actually gets downplayed, so you don't end up feeling like they showed all the good parts of the movie in the trailer. My favorite line from the trailers was, he's like, so you want to be a hero? He's like, or you want to be a great man or a good guy? He's like, no, I want to be a great guy. And then she slapped him on the shoulder and says, well, enjoy your free lifetime supply of virginity. And he's like, yeah. It's just awesome. But in the movie, that really gets breezed over very quickly. And so you don't feel, but I mean, there was some of the stuff that was in the trailer that wasn't in the movie, and it doesn't change anything. So you feel like you got sold a bill of goods that wasn't real. So this was a fun movie, just a good, entertaining movie. I took me and my two daughters to it. They really enjoyed it. It was just kind of a daddy-daughter date thing that we went out and did, and they had a lot of fun. So, and they liked the movie. We laughed a lot, way more than everybody else did in the theater. The theater wasn't packed, but, because the death virus has ruined everything for everybody. But it was fun to actually go and sit in the theater and pay money to see something I actually wanted to see. I almost forgot what that was like, and to not come out of the movie feeling totally angry, disappointed, and let down because of the political crap that was in it. There just really isn't that much of this. The black guy that plays Guy's friend, I don't know his name either, but he was fun. He was entertaining, and there was some real cool buddy moments between those two. And I was just like, see, that's how movies should be. Black guys and white guys and Asian guys, and people just getting along because they're human beings. Nobody's talking about who's black and who's white, all this stuff. Just, man, we're just human, and that was fun. And to see those two as best buddies, and I mean, it was great. There's just some really fun moments, really tender moments, a lot of hilarious moments throughout this whole thing. Anyway, I can't tell you anymore without giving stuff away. So, if you have not seen Free Guy, seriously, go support this movie in the theater. Buy yourself some popcorn. Support your local theaters if they're open, and you can. And just go have yourself a good time and laugh at another great Ryan Reynolds film. So let me know what you think. I would give this an 8 out of 10. It's got a couple of flaws, but overall, it was fun. It was kind of different. It was unique. And it's just a fun movie, which I miss that. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye now.